So week 2, recovering a sense of identity. This week addresses self-definition as a major component of creative recovery. You may find yourself drawing new boundaries and skating out new territories as your personal needs, desires, and interests announce themselves. These tasks are aimed at moving you into your personal identity, a self-defined you. So it's a 12-week program. It's the spiritual path to a creative life. And if you saw my last video, you would have seen that I was in a bit of a creative slump and I needed something to get me out of it. I needed aims, I needed goals. Doing this program has definitely, I know I'm only a week and a half in, but it has already helped me to have that sense of purpose, if you know what I mean. I am currently having my first day in my new studio, which is super exciting, but I am also just having the most terrible creative block of my life, and I am really struggling with what to do, what to paint, everything that I seem to be doing. I'm like either really uninspired by it or I'm just not happy with how it's looking. I don't know how to get out of this like creative slump. Oh my god, look at that. This is my first time making coffee in the studio. Yesterday I actually ordered a 3-book bundle of Julia Cameron's The Artist's Way because I was actually borrowing somebody else's in the studio's copy of The Artist's Way, and I felt like if I'm gonna do this I need my own copy. But what I did see is that you could order it as a bundle and then you could get the workbook. It's much easier to see all the tasks in the workbook, so I think I'm gonna do that. I'm quite excited about that for this week. I want to try and be a little bit more transparent on my channel and open up a little bit more, but I do find that difficult because I'm literally talking to a camera. Okay, we're gonna start. I recently moved to Edinburgh. Ever since, I have been sort of trying to find my way in life. Before Christmas, I was taking art commissions, and then in January, things sort of slowed down a bit, and I had to evaluate like, oh my god, is this gonna be a sustainable career for me? What is it that I like to make? What is it that I like to do? And I sort of realized that I had no idea. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit stuck. I'm finding it difficult to go through this phase. I don't know if anybody else gets this. I know where I want to be and I know where I am now, and the two things are just so far from each other, and I want to enjoy this time when I'm here in this hustle moment, when I'm working towards my goals, and when I see a vision that I have for myself and I'm going after it and I'm working really hard, and I feel like I've never been so creative, and I feel really inspired and I am really enjoying this period, but I'm also not quite there yet. My work is not 100% what I want it to be. My Instagram doesn't look like how I want it to look. I can see this brand for myself. I'm not there yet. I can see what I think that I want my art to look like. It doesn't look like that yet because I'm not there. Or I did this experiment yesterday, which was like a slightly different style of the pebbles. I liked it, but something about it is still off. It's still not quite there, and I'm struggling to sit in this messy middle period. It's not forever, and whatever I do next, I'm sure I'll look back on this time and be like, oh, that was so nice. I didn't know what I had. If you're feeling the same, then just try to romanticize your life. I don't feel like I'm somebody who can give advice, but if I was to give you any advice, it would just be to try and romanticize this period as much as you can. You've got this. Keep going. Don't stop. And yeah. Breakfast and a cup of tea. Why does that look so unreal? I'm so obsessed with my studio at the moment. It feels so cozy, and I've got my little studio slippers on. I love them. This place just feels so cozy. Okay, I think I'm gonna head out to my artist date. I got ducks. My camera battery is flashing, but like, look at this. What the hell? I can't believe I've never been here before. This is like right on my doorstep. It is so nice. Kind of cold, but I'm really pleased that I came. I have just propped you on like the most precarious tripod. It is one glass on top of another glass, so if you fall and you hear a crash, that'd be why. For the tasks in the Artist Way book every week, she says what you can do is pick a couple of tasks and you don't have to do every task in the book. However, I'm one of those people who's like, well, if it's not perfect, then I don't want to do it, so I want to do all the tasks. But she might be onto something, because as I've said a couple of times, I am feeling a little bit overwhelmed by all of the tasks. I do want to do all of the tasks at some point, but within this 12-week period, I think it's probably better for me to just pick ones that resonate with me the best. So I've chosen to do the affirmations this week, which is task 1 of week 2, because I am feeling still a little bit skeptical about this whole thing. I'm like, is this helping me in literally any way? And I'm also skeptical about the idea that she has that we're all creative beings, and to create is sort of the will of the universe, and you were created by the universe, and so you are a creative being, and to blah blah blah. It's something like this. We are ourselves creations, and we in turn are meant to continue creativity by being creative ourselves. Like, what the fuck? I'm unsure. So I'm gonna do the affirmations because maybe it'll help. I did task 2 yesterday, which was draw a circle, and inside the circle place topics that you need to protect, and then you write names of the people that you can allow into your circle. So I've put like the people I work with in the studio, because they're always super supportive about my ideas. I've put friends who I know are always like, oh, you got this, girl. And then outside of the circle you put people who you know are sort of maybe a little bit more skeptical and might make you feel a bit rubbish about your idea. So I've done that one. I didn't do it in the workbook, but did do that one. And then today I've done task 3, which was list 20 things that you enjoy doing. Now I'm not gonna lie, I've got to 15 and I'm a bit stuck, but task 4 is from the list, write down 2 favorite things that you've avoided that could be this week's goals. I could do a yoga class this week. That could be quite nice. I've been really avoiding yoga. Not for any particular reason. I think when everything fell apart, or felt like it was falling apart in my life in the summer, just before I moved to Edinburgh, I got super into yoga, and it was really the only thing that kept me sane. And then now that I'm feeling better, I feel like I've almost discarded yoga as a bit of like a, oh, I needed it then, but I don't need it now. So perhaps I should go back to my yoga classes. It's like how some people say you should go to therapy even when you don't need it. Maybe I should keep going to yoga. I do love yoga, and I feel really good after yoga, especially hot yoga. So that is the tasks for this week. I hope that maybe this is like motivating you to also get yourself out of a little rut, because it is challenging. I want to thank everybody who has subscribed to my channel recently, because it genuinely makes me feel so happy and I really honestly appreciate it, and I hope that in any way any of these videos can help you feel less alone or inspired or anything. Any kind of happy feeling would make me feel good. So thank you, and I will see you next week for week 3.